Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving headfirst into a really tense standoff in the Persian Gulf. You've got a U.S. naval blockade, a defiant Iran, and a critical shipping lane all caught in the middle. It's a situation with massive global consequences, and believe me, it is all coming to a head right now.
Okay, so to really get what's going on here, we have to look at the map. This whole conflict is zeroed in on one tiny little strip of water, but it's a place that has huge implications for the entire world.
And here it is, the Strait of Hormuz. Pretty much everything hinges on this narrow waterway. You can think of it like a vital artery for the global economy. And as we're about to see, that artery is about to get squeezed hard.
And this is the move that has everyone holding their breath. A full naval blockade is about to begin. The U.S. has announced that any vessel trying to enter or leave an Iranian port will be stopped. That effectively cuts off all of Iran's trade by sea.
So, the big question is, how did we even get to this point? To understand why this blockade is happening, we need to rewind a little and look at why diplomacy failed and what the U.S. is saying about this pretty drastic step. Well, recent peace talks that were held in Pakistan, they completely fell apart. And if you ask both sides why, you get two totally different stories. The U.S. is pointing the finger at Iran's nuclear program, while Iran says, nope, the U.S. just kept changing its demands. There is absolutely zero common ground here. And President Trump has been crystal clear on this. He's framing the whole breakdown as a direct result of Iran's nuclear ambitions. This has been the really consistent line from the White House, making this an issue of global security. And he's not exactly mincing words. His public statements show a really hardline approach. He's basically dismissing any need for more talks right now, which signals that the U.S. is ready to just go it alone to get what it wants.
Okay, so that's one side of the coin. Now let's flip it over and look at Iran's reaction. Because they are not taking this lying down, not at all. Their response has been just as forceful and defiant.
From the Iranian point of view, they were this close. Their foreign minister says they were inches away from a deal. And then, bam, they claim the U.S. just changed everything at the last second. They're painting a picture of themselves as victims of American unpredictability. And Iran's leadership isn't just making official statements. They're also issuing some pretty pointed warnings aimed directly at you, the American consumer. It's a clear attempt to put some political pressure on the U.S. from the inside.
And you gotta understand, this isn't just a war of words, not by a long shot. Iran has backed up its talk with a direct military threat. They vowed to deal severely with any warships that get near the strait, basically turning it into a potential combat zone.
Now, as you can probably guess, this whole standoff is already sending massive shockwaves through the global economy. And it's not just about what happens at the gas pump. This is going to affect you in other ways too. Just look at this number. This is the price for a barrel of Brent crude oil. It has already surged past that big $100 mark as the markets are freaking out. And that price jump, well, that's just the first domino to fall. And that's the thing you really have to remember. This isn't just about oil. When energy costs go up, everything goes up with it. The cost to transport things, the price of food, all the goods you buy. It means more inflation, and it means tighter budgets for families all over the world.
Let's make this real for a second. We're going to look at an example from literally the other side of the planet, in Australia. Just look at what it costs to fill up a single lorry, that's a big truck, before and after this crisis started. It's more than double.
I mean, just listen to this guy, an Australian lorry operator. His fuel bill has literally doubled. This is the real-world kitchen table cost of this conflict, and it's threatening businesses thousands of miles away from the Gulf.
Now, here's another huge piece of this puzzle. Not everyone is on board with the U.S. plan. Key allies, like the United Kingdom, are actually distancing themselves. The UK has come out and said it will not help enforce the blockade. That highlights a pretty serious split among Western powers.
So here we are. The clock is ticking down. Diplomacy is dead in the water, and both sides are completely locked into their positions. The whole world is just watching and waiting to see who's gonna blink first.
So, what happens now? That's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? The blockade is about to start, Iran has made its own threats, and the chance for a mistake or a miscalculation is incredibly high.
And the really worrying thing is, there are already signs this could get much worse than just a blockade. The White House is on the record saying all options are on the table, and there are even reports that airstrikes are being considered. The risk of a direct military fight seems to be growing by the hour.
And that's where we're at, right on the edge of a cliff.
With military forces moving into place and economic pressure building, the central question remains. It's an unsettling thought for all of us. Once a conflict like this actually begins, how on earth does it end?
Well,